Hey, what is up, guys? I am back! Just kidding, I was never gone in the first place. There was some scary stuff going on YouTube regarding YouTube purging crypto YouTubers. In this video, I will give you my own opinion why crypto YouTubers were getting shut down, and I will explain the math behind Tim Draper's $250,000 Bitcoin price prediction.
YouTube is taking aim at cryptocurrency. The Google-owned video platform has removed hundreds of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency videos from the site. Smaller channels took the majority of the hit, with bigger crypto news outlets escaping unscathed. Praz Subramanian joins us now from the newsroom to discuss. Praz, real crackdown here.
Yes, Oz. You think about crypto and online, you think about a lot of hucksterism. It's like the old west of these kind of sales guys, pitching like, I know what crypto is going to do. I know what Ethereum is going to do. So they're calling it the Crypto Purge. YouTube has taken out a lot of these smaller publishers because they wanted to kind of clean up the channel. Now, by targeting only smaller publishers and channels, a lot of these content creators are saying, hey, why are we being targeted? We're like kind of the first line of education for people that come to the site to learn about crypto, so don't take us out. We're just providing a service.
That crypto YouTube purge was indeed scary, as most of crypto YouTubers rely on YouTube ad revenue as the main source of income. Approximately 90% of all crypto YouTubers were affected. Some of them were getting warning, while others were getting striked and were suspended to post videos or livestream for a week. Omar from Crypto created a list of the YouTubers that were affected by this purge. Some of the bigger YouTubers were affected, such as Ivan on Tech, Data Dash, Crypto Chico, Box Mining, and many others. Surprisingly, I was not affected at all. I believe the reason being that I'm not active on YouTube. I upload once or twice a week at most, unlike other YouTubers who are uploading daily. In addition to that, probably 1/3 of my content is non-crypto related. I also make videos about financial market and economy. First theory is the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, or in short COPPA, which forbids collecting data from children under the age of 13. I do not know what this has to do with cryptocurrency YouTubers, so I believe this theory is out of the window. Another popular theory that was an error on YouTube algorithm, which is I'm a bit skeptic of. That is not that many errors we have seen on YouTube. Most likely theory, and I believe this was the reason for the YouTube purge, that was some assholes, could be from the Bitcoin SV camp, was strategically flagging all the cryptocurrency YouTubers while playing live stream scams cryptocurrency giveaway. I believe YouTube is a monopoly video sharing platform with no competition. If you think it is bad, hey, create something better and takes YouTube's market shares. In the end of the day, free market will win, and so far YouTube is leading the race. Do they make mistakes? Hell yeah, they make mistakes. Did they intentionally censor crypto YouTubers? I highly doubt it. Enough of this YouTube drama, let's move on. This video is presented by DueDex. DueDex is reliable and trusted cryptocurrency exchange with up to 100 levered swaps. It has a new and unique feature where you can amend your order price by dragging and dropping on the chart. It is very useful and easy. Use the link in the description box below, sign up and get $10 bonus. Deposit 0.1 BTC, get $50 bonus. Deposit 0.2 BTC and get $100 bonus. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin market and what is going on with the Bitcoin price. The current price of the Bitcoin is slightly about $7,300 as of the time of this video. Bitcoin has been fluctuating around $7,000 to $7,500 for more than a month. It looks like we will end 2019 year with that price range. If we zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture, we are forming nice linear support at the price around $6,500, which goes back all the way to 2017. Can this support line break like in 2018, and can Bitcoin drop in half again? Yes, it is possible, but I would argue that it is unlikely, considering the fact that halving is coming in the mid-2020 and the Bitcoin highs in this year was only $14,000 and not $20,000 just like in the end of 2017. Therefore, downside should be lower as well. Let's move on to Tim Draper and his $250,000 Bitcoin price prediction and the math behind it.
Let's take a look at Bitcoin. The crypto falling below 7,000 this week, back above it at 7,130 right now. But one major Bitcoin bull says it might be ready for a big-time breakout. Longtime venture capitalist Tim Draper doubling down on his prediction today that Bitcoin prices could hit $250,000 each in the next 2 years. Brian Kelly's at the Plaza. And I got to be honest with you, Brian, when the producers, we talked about this earlier today, I said, I don't know if we should talk about it because I felt like it was so bold, it's almost irresponsible. But Draper's, he's a well-known guy. Yep. He's not going to say anything he doesn't believe. So we went ahead and did this. I mean, is there anything that you're seeing that could make this bizarro prediction happen?
So, yeah, you know what? It sounds bizarro, but it wouldn't be out of the realm of what Bitcoin has done in the past. And so that's why I wanted to bring up this chart. And just to be clear, this is not my call, but I just want to take a look at what Bitcoin does. So the chart we have here is a log chart of Bitcoin since 2013. And as you know, Carter Worth will say, the lines draw themselves, but you have this channel going all the way back to 2013, and it's traded nicely in that. Now look at this. If you go all the way out here to the top of this channel here, that's about 200,000, 250,000. So Bitcoin just stayed in this pattern, and this is normal analysis that people do on all asset classes. If it just stayed in that channel, the top of that channel is around 200, 250,000. So that's the technicals behind it. The fundamentals, let's call it, is that if Bitcoin were at 250,000, that'd be about a $4.5 trillion market cap, which would be about half the market cap of all the gold in the world. And so I think Tim Draper thinks, and I certainly have some of this view, is that Bitcoin is going to take market share from gold. So if you think over the next 2 years it could take 50% of that market share, then that prediction isn't too far out of whack.
Yes, indeed. If you look at that Bitcoin logarithmic chart since 2013, it looks like we are in the rising channel and currently at the bottom of the support line, which could be a great indication to buy even more Bitcoins right now. Also, if Bitcoin reaches to the top of the spectrum and touches top resistance line, indeed it could be 200 up to 250k per BTC. If at one point Bitcoin could reach $250,000 price mark, that would be 34x return on your investment, and it would put Bitcoin's market cap close to $4.5 trillion, which is basically slightly more than a half of the gold's market cap. Nothing too crazy. But Tim Draper's argument is slightly different. Let's take a look.
You've gone on the record of being surprised how states, sovereign entities have reacted to Bitcoin for the most part, that they have been fairly aggressive in terms of the U.S. increasingly so, China most notably, have become increasingly concerned about the potential threat that a Bitcoin represents.
Well, they may be calling it a threat because they're thinking, I'm losing my power. Mm-hmm. You know, oh, I'm losing my power, so how do I get my power back? And that's what China's doing. But I think the great countries of the world are recognizing that this is a major opportunity. By opening up, they are, I mean, sure, they're going to lose. Nobody's going to want political currency anymore. I mean, they're going to want Bitcoin. They're going to want other cryptocurrencies. Down the road, when we can easily spend or invest or do whatever we want with cryptocurrencies, they're frictionless. They cost you less. I mean, just by that alone, just that they cost you less, it's going to be better for people. And so they're going to move to crypto and they're going to go away from the political currency that is, they call it fiat. That's the way it's going to move. And so the countries that are forward thinking are saying, this is the way it's going to be. So if we're going to try to cling, we're going to make a huge mistake by trying to cling to our old currency. And that's why you're seeing the smaller countries all say, yeah, we want Bitcoin, we want ICOs here, we want blockchain, we want all of these things in our country. How do we attract those people? Malta, the guy who created Binance, he was in China, and then China made it illegal for what he did. And it was a $10 billion business by then. And so he said, well, okay, well, I'm going to leave. He went to Singapore, and Singapore got kind of heavy-handed with their regulation, and so he went to Malta. People are the great entrepreneurs, the new technologies, the things that we're all going to live by in the future are all going to be attracted by the countries who recognize that they want these technologies. And it's worth it to make the sacrifice of that control that they've always had over their people. And you know what's really interesting is that political currencies, these fiat currencies, they swing with the tide. And I have a friend who from Argentina who said, my family's fortune has disappeared 3 times in my life, and I'm only 30 years old. And so for every decade, in effect, they've had some currency manipulation or government disaster or overinflation or whatever that has forced their currency to go into a downward spiral, and his family lost their fortune. Well, he looks at Bitcoin and he thinks, oh, volatility is nothing compared to, and it's generally volatile up, whereas all these other currencies, the peso is always volatile down. So I think the countries who recognize this is going to happen. It's going to be a big part of our lives. And I believe, $86 trillion is about how much political currency is out in the world. And cryptocurrency is like 200 billion. So and I believe that will swing almost completely the other way eventually, because if you've got these two currencies, you're definitely going to want the one that is global, decentralized, cheaper to operate, frictionless. You're going to want that one.
So it's interesting, even in that description, though, you're describing it in measures of fiat currency, right? So it's 86 trillion US dollars is the global stock of fiat currencies,
right,
and 200 billion is the US dollar value of cryptocurrencies.
Right, and if I were to describe it in cryptocurrency, I would say there are 21 million Bitcoin, and that's it.
And so the challenge,
but that 21 million Bitcoin will take a bigger and bigger share of the $86 trillion. So there may still be $86 trillion out there, but 2/3 of the value of the currency on the planet will probably be in Bitcoin and other cryptos.
What percentage do you put on the idea that Bitcoin in a useful period will replace fiat currencies?
All I'm saying, I made one prediction, and that was by 2022, one Bitcoin will be worth $250,000. And I did that because I think a lot of these technologies are coming to the fore, and it'll take maybe a little while for people to adopt them and to start using them. And it might be like 2023, but it's in that range where people start to easily spend it, easily invest it, easily put it to use, as easily as they do dollars now. And as soon as that happens, there's going to be a huge shift, because who's going to want to hold on to political money when you can hold on to real crypto money?
When I think about a forecast like that, so effectively you're describing a scenario in which the total value of Bitcoin rises to something like 4 trillion US dollars, right?
So 4 trillion, that's like 5% of all the currency in the world. I think that's pretty reasonable.
Tim Draper was not really talking about gold. He was talking about mainly fiat currencies. According to him, there are about $86 trillion of fiat currency around the world. He said that probably 2/3 of that value will be in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Well, let's do some math. 2/3 of 86 trillion, that would be $56 trillion in cryptocurrencies. Assuming that Bitcoin's domination will stay around 60%, therefore 60% of $56 trillion, it would be $33 trillion of Bitcoin's market cap. $33 trillion divided by 21 million, that would be around $1.6 million per BTC. I'm not too sure if that would ever happen. But let's just stay for now at $250,000 per Bitcoin. Let me know what you guys think about Tim Draper's crazy price prediction, how realistic that is. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit that like button and subscribe.